So for over 20 years, I've been working as a musician. In the beginning, it was great. I was opening for a lot of big stars. Got a big production deal 6 months after moving to Nashville back in 2004. And my dreams were coming true. And then got on a national TV show, made it to the finale, but I didn't win. Had a big meeting with a major record label, and they wanted to sign me, but the recession, so they couldn't. They didn't have the money at the time to invest in new artists. So I did what I had to do to provide for me and eventually my family, and I got on the road just playing honky-tonks, clubs, had residencies in places like Las Vegas, the Carolinas, and playing over 200 shows a year of mostly other people's music. And what was the dream turned into a nightmare. I hated getting up on stage every night. I kind of kept it hidden from everybody. No one really knew what was going on literally behind my hotel closed room doors, but I turned to a lot of heavy alcohol use, and that would get me through the nights. I would do it before I get on stage and keep it secret, and I would do it after, and I just stayed oblivious, numb the whole time. And eventually it started taking a toll on my health, and if I would have kept up, it was going to kill me. And still I kept it a secret. The only people that knew were my band and my wife. And so one night I was in Las Vegas, and I heard a voice in my head. And I was on antidepressants and stuff too. I just thought I was losing my mind. But the voice asked me, it says, "What are you doing here?" So I decided to humor it, and I said, "This is what I do." And the voice said, "How do you know?" I said, "Well, because my band, these guys, they rely on me. They need me. Their families need me." And he said, "What about your family?" And it hit me. I said, "Yeah, what about my family? Do you miss them?" I said, "Yeah, I miss them horrible." So he asked me again, "What are you doing here?" So I asked him, I said, "Am I just supposed to quit?" The voice said, "Yes." And I said, "How am I going to take care of them?" He said 2 words, "Trust me." So I was rattled. In fact, I hadn't had a drink since then. That's been over 3 years now. But I called her the next morning to tell her everything I just told you, and I found out why.
The thing I liked most about JC when we first met was his love for God. He was on fire for him, and I really loved that about him. But after years of playing shows and singing and doing the drinking and the partying, things were going downhill. So I decided to drop on my knees and pray for him. I prayed for him every day, every night. Every time he was out of town, I prayed for him to have a career change. I prayed that he would start playing worship music and just get off the road from playing all the places he was playing. And one day he called me and asked me if I had his blessing to quit going on the road and playing in those places. And I said, of course. I was down for it. My prayers have finally been answered.
So yeah, I made a change. I stopped drinking that night and decided I was going to go all in. So I promised the Lord that I was going to go to church every weekend, every Wednesday. I was going to join the Bible school, start studying, and then I was going to start serving. And it led to me being a very proud member of the Sounds of Joy praise team at Joy Church in Mount Juliet. And I got on fire for writing songs for him. And ever since then, my life's just been incredible. I didn't realize what he had in store for me, and every single day I discover a little bit more, and I finally have peace and joy. I can finally be a present husband, present father, and there's hope for other people out there. I know there's a lot of husbands out there that are not living right, and they know they're not. Some of them want to change, some of them don't want to change, but I can tell you, once you trust in Jesus to light your path for you and get off your own, you'll just be blown away with what he has in store for you. It's so much better than anything that you could ever come up with. That's where real joy comes from. And that's where I'm at now. That's my resurrection story.